slates?
No slates.
Okay.
Okay, we're running. Do you want me to call action, or are you going to call it?
You're reading the first line?
Are you reading
Yeah.
for Rose? What?
She's
I'm reading for Rose.
Okay.
And you're giving me the first line, the clerk?
Yep.
Okay.
What
Sure.
do you call action? Anyone call action, or just
Fine,
do
just
it
what
right
you're
now?
writing.
Okay.
Take your time going over our donors.
I want someone tall.
Everyone wants tall.
And I'm not racist or anything, but
Lots of white guys in there too.
great. I mean, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Yeah. This place is exactly how I imagined it.
Oh, when did you first consider using a sperm donor?
Yesterday. Wait, you don't have any of those gun registry cooling off things, do you?
No.
Yesterday. Having a baby. On my own. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, crazy.
$3,000. To have a baby?
You could just get drunk at a bar. Okay, we're rolling.
Your test results are in. Hi, I'm Dr. Stark. Perhaps you'd prefer to hear about this in private.
It's my mom and dad. It's okay. It's his mom and dad. It's okay.
Well then, there's good and bad news. You look relatively okay, mostly minor bumps and bruises. Miss Chapman, you'll be hobbling around a bit for the holidays, but if you keep your ankle elevated and avoid walking too much, you should be able to go to a New Year's dance.
What's the bad news?
You both took pretty good knocks on the head. There's a tiny bit of bleeding in your skulls. Now, I don't think it's anything, but I want you both under constant surveillance for the next 24 hours just to make sure. And no sleeping until the observation period is over.
Do we have to stay here?
Well, I guess I could release you on the condition that someone watches over you.
Okay. So my only notes would be, I just want you to go at it again. Okay.
Ready? Take your time going over our donors.
I want someone tall.
Everyone wants tall.
And I'm not racist or anything, but
Lots of white guys in there too.
great. I mean, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, so let's go back and let's take a lot of that face out at the beginning. Okay, so just whatever, I don't care. And when you mentioned that you're not racist or anything, I want you to take a beat before that and think about how you're going to say the sentence without trying to sound racist.
Take your time going over our donors.
I want someone tall.
Everyone wants tall.
And I'm not racist or anything, but
Lots of white guys in there too.
great. I mean, whatever. I don't care.
Okay. When you're ready again.
We're rolling.
Cassie, can I talk to you for a moment? Come to my office.
Okay, so if you're going to yell in a scene and pretend she's not in the room, do it.
Okay.
Do it like you would. Don't hold back.
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office.
And the other thing is total another Canadianism. Come to my office. You made it a question. Make it a statement. Okay, go for it again.
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office.
Great.
Close the door. Take a seat.
Closed door session, huh? Only here for a month and you're already going to give me a raise.
Why would you need a raise?
So I want you to take a beat before that, a frustrated breath. And it can just be a short, small breath out, but it'll help you to remember to breathe throughout your audition. I don't know if anyone's come to audition in my office, but the only thing I have on the wall in the waiting room is a big sign that says just breathe.
Yeah.
And this is because a lot of people come in the audition and they go, and I go cut and they go, okay, thanks. And leave.
Yeah.
But that's not it. But you can use your breath and you can use that nervous energy you might have to make that scene more interesting. And you can build it inside you.
Your
And
breath
then
is your
choose when to
connection.
let it out, right? because that controls your heartbeat, it controls everything that's going on in your body in that moment. Okay, so let's try it again, but that yell, it's big change. It makes it more real, right? And that's the thing with film and television. It's not about big and theatery, it's as being as real as possible. So when you're ready.
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office. Close the door. Take a seat, Cassie.
Closed door session, huh? Only here for a month and you're already going to give me a raise.
Why would you need a raise? You've taken enough of my money already.
What are you talking about?
I know this is a tough job, and I don't pay the best wages. But that doesn't give anyone the right to steal from me.
No, I would never. It was probably Darlene, or Hector. I bet it was Hector.
Stop. Stop the spectacles, Casey.
Spectacle? How dare you accuse me of...
Listen, that clock out there doesn't just tell time. There's more if you feel so inclined to watch.
So there you could have taken a minute to hit a button. See this? See this shit? You're stealing. There's more. You want to keep watching? Let's just do that part.
Okay.
Okay? So they're giving you something in the script to make this audition interesting. That's something fun you can use. Okay? So pick it up from enough of the act, or how confused me. You know that big clock.
Act, how dare you accuse me of...
That clock out there doesn't just tell time. There's more if you feel so inclined to watch.
You never said there was a camera in there.
Cut. So you could even do it, like you don't even have to hold your paper up. You could have just hit a play button and you've been like, do you see this? Do you see this shit? Okay? Try that. Just because then that way it's distracting. As soon as you started holding it up, I was like, what is he doing there?
Okay.
Okay? And action from the same line.
Act, how dare you accuse me of...
You see that big clock out there? It does more than just tell time. There's more if you feel so inclined to watch.
You never...
Great. It's just little things.
Yeah, he would be Nikki, your daughter, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, when you're ready.
Okay, we're rolling.
And your mom and dad I have sitting beside Lenny and Aunt Minty. Don't you think Minty will just love Catherine?
Okay, let's go back, do it again, just breathe.
And your mom and dad I have sitting beside Lenny and Aunt Minty. Don't you think Minty will love Catherine?
She's really sweet, but tell her no Mary Kay.
She wouldn't.
Yes, she would.
And Lenny is super sweet. However, he's a little quiet until he gets his first highball in him. And just so you know, he was a little crushed when I told him that Reverend Steve would be walking you down the aisle.
Oh?
Okay, cut. Let's go back to that first line, because you can have a lot of fun with this first line. Okay?
Okay.
You have a daughter,
Yes?
and when you speak to her about other family members, is there someone in the family that you know she just absolutely loves and is taken with?
Yes.
Okay, so you can take a beat between those two lines, right? There's no fire, so you can have fun with this, and you can come out excited and anxious to be telling Toby where his family's going to sit, and then you take a beat, turn to Nikki. Don't you just think he's going to absolutely love Aunt whatever, right? As if you were to your daughter.
Okay.
Right? And
Yes.
you can, and it just makes it interesting because it makes it real. The way I would turn to my kid and be like, you get to see Auntie Dawn today. You know, like it's just, it makes a difference.
Okay.
And the way you'd speak would change.
Yes.
Right, you ready?
And I put your mom and dad beside Lenny and Aunt Minty. Don't you think Minty will love Catherine?
You can take even a bigger breath there and a moment. Just, you know, don't you think, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And your mom and dad I put beside Lenny and Aunt Minty. Don't you think Minty will love Catherine?
She's...
Great.
Come to my office.
It can be anything, right?
Okay.
So long as the point gets there. Cassie, I need to see you. Get in here. Cassie, I need to talk to you in the office. Cassie, come to my office, please. I don't care which one you say, so long as what you're saying makes sense in the script, but don't get hung up on the lines.
Okay.
I care more about the character than the exact lines you're saying.
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office. Close the door. Have a
So
seat.
follow her eye line as she walks into the office.
Okay.
Okay? Go for it.
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office. Cassie, have a seat.
Closed door session, huh? Only here for a month and you're already gonna give me a raise.
Give you a raise? You've been stealing money from me already.
What are you talking about?
Well, I know it's a hard job, but that doesn't give anyone the right to steal from anyone.
No.
Okay, so the beginning part, so powerful, so interesting. Another thing is when you say it, you want to make sure you don't lose that energy. Okay?
Okay.
I don't think you're completely off book, which is probably problematic for you right now.
Okay.
But just a moment. So you have that, you've done this, you've gotten her in the seat, now you have her where you want. What's his goal now?
Okay.
What's his goal? He's got her there.
My goal is
So
to...
now he needs to bring up the hard part. Have you ever told someone something
Yes.
where you're like, this is going to be awkward?
Yeah, I did. I want her to confess.
Right? But it takes a minute before you can even get that stuff out.
That's right. Yeah.
So she's making jokes,
Yeah.
and you gotta have a moment of, Cassie, listen, I know you've been stealing from me,
Yeah.
okay? And it can be small, but it's enough of your jokes. I'm gonna take a breath and I'm gonna breathe, and there's gonna be an awkward silent moment here.
Okay.
And we're gonna feel it watching it, and then we're gonna say, you're not getting a raise. I know you've been stealing from me. Hard for me to say that this is
Yeah,
what's
it's
going on,
hard.
right? So it's a choice. Dan did it a different way, he's doing it a different way. We're in the room, we'll see 6, 7, 10, 12, depending on the day, people doing the same scene. If you can make it different than how you think everybody else is gonna do it, by hour 9 of us sitting in a room, our heads are gonna go up. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning. And your very first line, sitting down, I want you to lose your sides completely because we're only gonna go through that. So bring your sides over here, Peter.
Okay.
So Cassie, you need to talk to you in your office. You can say it any way you want. Close the door, take a seat. Close their session, huh? Only here for a month? Why would I give you a raise?
Okay.
I know you've been taking plenty of money from me.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment.
No, back again and strong the whole way through, okay?
Cassie, I need to talk to you for a moment. Come to my office. Close the door. Have a seat, Cassie.
Closed door session, huh? Only here for a month and you're already gonna give me a raise.
Why would I give you a raise? You've been stealing money from me already.
Okay, so it's good, it's interesting at levels. Don't touch your face or use anything unless it feels natural, because we can
Okay.
tell right away if it's unnatural. We don't have to do
All right. We're rolling.
Okay, your test results are in. Hi, I'm Dr. Stark. You two rather hear these results in private?
It's okay. It's my mom and my dad. It's his mom and dad. It's okay.
Well, there's good news and bad news. You both look relatively okay. You've been knocked around a little bit, though. Nothing too serious. Ms. Chapman, I'm afraid you'll be hobbling for the holidays. But as long as you keep your ankle elevated and don't walk on it too much, you should be good for the New Year's dance.
What's the bad news?
Okay, great. So having the eye lines, great.
So right from the top? All right. So I'm sitting across from him at a table taking a history, and suddenly it's like I'm drinking wine at a party instead of interviewing a patient in a locked ward at Bellevue.
Let's talk more about the flirting.
The flirting?
Uh-huh. With your patients.
I blur the boundaries sometimes. It's a way to get people to trust me.
You may want to... You may want to ask yourself if you're taking it too far.
It works, okay? I can get the most recalcitrant patients to do my bidding.
Ellie, you went to one of the best medical schools in the country, and you studied at a top-ranking psych program. And you're telling me that you have to manipulate your patients sexually in order to get them to comply.
That's not what I said.
You slammed a door on a depressive for refusing to surrender his shoelaces. You called a surgeon a cocksucker for being late for a consult. And you had a clash with an ER doc regarding a detox patient and tipped a cup of water over him. What do these altercations have in common? They're all with men. And because you use sex as a clinical tool, then these arguments, disagreements with patients and doctors, you experience them as a sexual rejection. So what should be a lively discussion turns into a lover's quarrel.
Ridiculous.
Is it? Think about it. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So we'll pick up with this next week.
Okay, so let's do this again.
Are we ready?
Yeah, when you're ready.
So I'm sitting across from him at a table taking a history, and suddenly it's like I'm drinking wine at a party instead of interviewing a patient in a locked ward at Bellevue.
Let's talk more about the flirting.
The flirting?
Mm-hmm. With your patients.
I blur the boundaries sometimes. It's a way to get people to trust me.
You may want to ask yourself if you're taking it too far.
It works, okay? I can get the most recalcitrant patients to do my bidding.
Ellie, you went to one of the best medical schools in the country and you trained at a top-ranked psych department. Are you really telling me that you need to manipulate your patients sexually in order to get them to comply?
That's not what I said.
Cut, so it's already more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so it's just hills and valleys. And you've trained a bunch, you can tell me.
Your mark there a little bit? Okay, great. That's your mark. Rolling.
I was just going to walk into this.
Yeah, oh, yes, okay, go ahead. We're rolling.
Okay, action.
Casey, I need to talk to you. Come into my office. Come in, sit down. Close the door.
Closed door session, huh? Only here for a month and you're already going to give me a raise.
A raise? Why would I give you a raise? You've been stealing plenty of my money.
What are you talking about?
Look, I know it's a tough job, and I know I don't pay the best wages, but that doesn't entitle anyone to steal from me.
No, I would never. It was probably Darlene or Hector. I bet it was Hector. He seemed shady to me.
Enough with the act, Casey.
Act? How dare you accuse me of...
You know that clock? Big clock in the hall. It doesn't just tell the time. I can show you more if you feel compelled to watch.
You never said there was a camera in there.
Well, that just defeats the purpose of being a surveillance, doesn't it?
I'm not going to.
Look, I'm not going to call the cops. I just want you to leave. You're fired.
Okay.
Go on.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Just breathe and take a second before starting.
Just trying to establish my eyeliner.
Sure.
Okay, I'm ready.
And I put your mom and dad with Lenny and Aunt Minty. Don't you think that Minty will just love Catherine?
She's really sweet. But tell her no Mary Kay.
She wouldn't do that.
Yes, she would.
Now, Lenny is a sweetheart, but he is going to be a little bit quiet. So until he gets his first highball. I have to tell you that he was a little bit crushed when I told him that Reverend Steve was going to walk you down the aisle.
Oh?
Yeah, you know, he really thought it would be him.
Yeah.
So, who's gonna have some hot chocolate? I have to be careful or I'm not gonna fit into this dress.
Is Dad still alive?
What?
Is he?
Why will you say that?
It's a very simple question.
I am not going to answer
Oh my God.
Listen to me. He was a good father.
I can't believe this.
I never approved of him running from the law. Okay? I even sent him money. He left me a note. He told me he was just too far in and he couldn't get out, and then he was gone. Just let her go. She's gonna need some time.